Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special treat for you tonight. We have a matchup in the AFC South against Cal Bear and the Texans, MP and the Colts. We know we said you weren't going to see us again until Wednesday when we do the podcast, but guess what? This game was too good. Couldn't pass it up. Had to bring it to you live. So hopefully you've hit that subscribe and notifications and you didn't get a chance to miss out on this epic matchup right now. We're looking at MP and the Colts. They're driving down the field. Clearly, they're playing at home. He's doing an excellent job of high point passing and getting the ball out to his receivers, and has gotten him down to the 19-yard line. But Cal Bears defense is going to have to tighten up. They're going to have to continue to break up some of these passes because MP likes to spread you out, and he's got this running back that you see, Mr. Taylor, who has the ability to not only run through the holes, but if he needs to cut back to the right as soon as the handoff is made, he can do that for big plays on the read option or RPO. So you're going to see him also getting loose with one Daniel Jones. And MP looks to be in good form right now. It's first and goal. This is a division game. He's on the 5-yard line. And I definitely expect for us to see a lot of RPO action. And then him, bombing down the field. So it's not going to be anything like the game that you saw between the Raiders and the Jets. I fully expect for this to be high scoring. There's going to be a lot of points. And whoever's going to be able to make the defensive stops should be the one to come out victorious. Let's take a look at this first and goal. Receiver in motion. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to the running back. And he's only able to get 1 yard on the play. No huddle. Maybe MP sees something that he likes here. Hands it off again. Looks like it was an RPO play. Yep, trap alert. But he's third and goal at the 3-yard line. You got to believe that he's going to go for it if he doesn't score here. Definitely not going to kick the field goal. But, hey, you never know. Stranger things can happen. But right now, he's off to a good start. He's in that trips week offset. So we know that he likes to run the bubble, RPO, and read option. And there it is. He's able to punch it in on the read option for the touchdown. And he's off to a good start. Less than 3 minutes into this game, and he's already on top in this division matchup, 7-0.
Great matchup right here. Two huge division foes locking in. And that's what more can you expect other than a great matchup between, two players of this caliber?
Oh, well, considering they're in your division, the question that is on everybody's mind is, how do you want this game to end? You want it to end in a tie?
Doesn't matter.
What do you, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there you go. You heard it here first. Brian James, AFC South Titans. He doesn't care who wins this game. And that's pretty much it right there, man.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
Oh, okay. There you go.
We played C-Jack earlier today.
How'd that go?
Wasn't able to, lock in the victory. I saw what's his name, Trade for Life, commenting in the chat during that game, and it was like, I kind of felt the way about that, like,
Of course. But I gotta tell you, man, like, that's one of the things that really brings the league together is when rivalries are formed. And so if you feel some kind of way, you best believe the first opportunity that you have to play those Washington Commanders, you're going to remember that moment.
Oh, definitely.
And you're going to do what you can,
definitely,
to teach him to speak when spoken to.
But here we go. We got Caleb Williams out here, and he's taking off with the quarterback out here running the rock, and he's getting busy. He's hitting the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and that's a touchdown. And that was pretty quick. He made that look real easy just there. A QB draw with Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, that was a little bit too quick.
That was too quick.
That was a little bit too quick. Yeah, and we saw that play when we were watching the Texans and the Bills go at it, and we remember Cal Bear unleashed that specific play, and you would have thought that MP would have been ready for it. Obviously, his defense, they were nowhere to be found. It was, and looks like it could be a long day. If they don't figure out a way to tighten up that defense against that quarterback draw.
That was impressive. Caleb Williams going almost 70, 80 yards with that. and taking it to the crib. See what MP can respond to it. Oh, and an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was the correct read, especially against cover 2, and you just have to wonder, why did the receiver come down with that? Because that should have been pitch and catch. But nevertheless, he runs the ball on second down. He's able only to get 2 yards. And what is it that you've known since both of these are your division opponents? What do you feel is the one thing that Cal Bear needs to do in order for him to be victorious? And what's the one thing you think that MP needs to do in order for him to be victorious?
I don't think there's any one thing either one of them can do. They just have to play their games, and hopefully the better game plan will prevail. Oh, he caught it, and he gets it. He's going to the 10, the 5 touchdown, MP. 14.
Yeah, you see Pittman. I mean, he went up, clicked on, caught it, and took it to the house. That's why I was saying earlier. This is not going to be a conservative ball control game. These two teams, they love to air it out. 2 different styles, like you talked about. Both of them have winning records, so 2 dominant offensive styles. And we got ourselves a good ass game today. Definitely enjoying seeing the offense. Definitely enjoying seeing the execution. And I can't wait to see what happens on the second drive for Cal Bear. See if maybe he switches it up or if he goes back to that quarterback draw.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think MP is going to be prepared for it this time around, but we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, he's coming out and looks like a nickel or maybe a dime 2-3 formation, and Cal Bear trying to attack those safeties.
And the thing about Cal Bear has 297 speed, or I think 297 speed receivers and 198 speed receiver. So stretching the field out is not going to be a problem.
No, it's not. But, outside of that quarterback draw, MP's defense looks like they're ready for these route combinations that we're seeing from this empty set. And anybody that's been following Madden Underground knows how much you love gun empty sets. So what is it that Cal Bear is doing that's able to make him successful? Is it his reads? Is it the speed? Well, what is it?
In years past, this is probably the first year that I've actually felt like you can actually run that stuff or run these formations, especially in the formation because he's doing it out of a tighter set. That was kind of risky right there, but I see Cal Bear. Trying to figure out some things, keep MP on his toes. Hopefully, he can figure out a way to push it down the field and get it into the end zone.
Yeah, he definitely caught MP by surprise on that first play. First time he had the ball with the quarterback draw. Like you said, it was basically an 80-yard touchdown to the house untouched. But MP seems to be locking in a little bit, getting that 4-man pressure, running a little bit of quarters. We know that he's making some hot route adjustments on the defensive side. And, I'm just wondering if this is, pretty much what we're going to be seeing from Cal Bear all game. Because you got to believe the MP is going to figure out a way to bring pressure, because we know that he likes to blitz, and he can't be content sitting back here in this cover 4.
Oh, definitely not. And I would assume that Cal Bear's going to try to draw again. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to actually pass it this time. The flats are definitely the option. He's going to check the flats.
There's that pressure we were talking about.
4th and inches.
Yeah, 4th and inches. Got to go for it. But MP, he brought that pressure. We can see those exclamation points. So the heat is coming. He saw the route. He's not going to get up too close. Doesn't want to get burnt deep, even though he's bringing the heat.
Well, great tackle. Evans is up the field, throws a move, stays on his feet. He gets to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was a big play by the Houston Texans offense. But got to give credit to the Colts. They were there, just couldn't make the play, couldn't force the ball out. And it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 4:24 left to go in the half.
Drops way back finds a man wide open in the middle of the field, and he gets down to about the 3-yard line.
Ooh, and that was a big hit. Great to see him hold on to the ball. Didn't fumble, didn't drop it.
Watch the QB draw right here. Oh, and he gets sacked in the backfield. Lost
yeah,
two.
He ran out of room. So what do you expect when he doesn't have room to go vertical? I mean, he's pretty much trying to go
in those
east
situations,
and west, right?
In situations like this, you'll notice Cal Bear start to go horizontal when the vertical routes aren't there. They start going north and south. Oh, and he throws him. Oh, and he fumbles.
Wow, that was a great defensive play. You saw MP in the back of his mind. He was like, nope, I got to cover the middle. I got to protect from the quarterback trying to scramble. And he did, and he laid him out and made him cough the ball up. And now he has an opportunity to go up 2 touchdowns. So 14-7, Colts with the big hit, forcing the first turnover, and you see them get the ball out on the RPO bubble, able to get to 15-yard line, 3rd and 2, running that trips weak offset. Here's the handoff to Taylor, able to get 1 yard. Fully expect for the Colts to no huddle, which they do. And it looks like this could be a timeout because it looks like he pressed the wrong button here. So definitely no, he's not interested in trying to pull off a fake spike. So not sure what exactly he's trying to do here. Like I said, it looks like he hit the wrong button. It looks like he tried to do the huddle, but he waits until the 2-minute warning. So
wisely takes it to the 2-minute warning because take a chance to gather your thoughts. Shout out to BKP in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, BKP. There won't be any of that in this game. That big hit that you saw, I mean, that was an anomaly. As you see Jonathan Taylor run for the first down. Great user from MP to cause the fumble, which gave him the ball back and giving him opportunity to go up 14 before the end of the half. As he looks to the left, throws it up. Great coverage read. Cover 2 is not the defense that you want to run against this formation. MP loves having those fade routes on the outside and the streak up the middle, so he will get you. And there it is. There's that cutback. Jonathan Taylor on that read option. As soon as he gets the handoff, he cuts immediately back to the left, and the defense is unable to get there. I am speaking from experience, so you don't have the abilities. You're going to have to use of that and pick your poison. But
oh wow!
Right
Great
now,
catch.
he is putting on a clinic.
Pittman.
Definitely tough, BKP. I mean, yeah, you got to have some abilities to try to take some of that away. But right now, MP is clicking on all cylinders.
And let's not totally rely on abilities. I'm not gonna push that agenda because Cal Bear doesn't have any. Cal Bear's out here playing with no abilities. He literally has one ability on his left tackle, and that's it. And he's only has one loss in the league, and that was given to him by me. But so let's not push that the ability agenda when he's been playing perfectly.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just telling you, like, that's a great fun fact that you share. But I asked you, what some of the strategies you use, and you said, hey, well, I've got abilities on the defensive line. He can't run that crap on me. So I'm just merely regurgitating what I heard, and it helps. The abilities help. So exactly, no disrespect, but
he beat Diggs. Nobody beats Diggs with no abilities.
He did.
So he said, who he play? He played everybody. He's played everybody.
Yeah, he beat Diggs, and it looks like we got an update. MTV Famous, the man, the myth, the legend, with the update saying that the Ravens are now open in PS5 League.
Okay, I think MTV beat the Ravens.
So sounds like he had his hand in that. He's kind of bragging maybe a little bit. Shout out to him for that. But there's 12 seconds left to go, man. You got to wonder in this offensive matchup that we saw with Cal Bear moving the ball down the field. That big hit from MP. I mean, that really set the tone for the first half.
Over the Ravens in PS5.
Okay, BKP looking for a little Texas action. I guess he feels that he's the qualifier, but yeah, I mean, hey, you know what, BKP, that's what we want to hear, man. We want everybody that wants that smoke. You definitely not ducking and hiding under the covers. So shout out to you. You'll probably get your opportunity, and let's hope that you actually put up. Definitely looking forward to that matchup if and when it happens. Texans drop back, rolling out in the pocket, and there's that pressure. Colts love to bring pressure. And they've done a really good job in this first half. I mean, outside of that first quarterback draw, they've tightened up, forced a turnover, and they're out there making plays against these Texans. So they're going into the half with a 2-touchdown lead. And, when you talk about some of the things that Cal Bear has done, he only has one loss, which was to you.
Yeah.
He put on a defensive clinic against Diggs.
Yes.
And, beat me by 3. And, he won a couple of other games, but this is probably the first time that he's been down like this at the half since he's played you. So what adjustments do you expect him to make? Because right now it looks like MP's locked in and he's ready to run away with this.
Let's go now. Like I said, he has 97, 98, 97 speed receivers. I'm not going to say he's out of it yet, but if he keeps running QB draws, he might put himself out of it. If that's the game plan, if that's the go-to, then yeah, he's out of it. But if he goes back to the way he normally plays, he'll have a chance. He'll have opportunity. Way to step into the pocket. Oh, and almost intercepted.
Yeah, you saw that defender was waiting for him to scramble out of the pocket. And, when you talk about the way that he plays, normally he has a running back in the backfield just to at least give you, the look that he may consider running the ball. But here he's running empty set, and, he's giving MP an opportunity to kind of tee off. And we see a great read and completion there. But, you're not going to be able to do that to MP all the way down the field. I mean, he's paying attention to who you're motioning, and, he's reading the route. So, he's looking for another turnover and try to put this game out of reach.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you see Cal Bear throwing a lot of jabs, looking for that knockout punch on this drive. So we'll see what he's able to do right now. Definitely hard to stop. Cal Bear is a dude that destroys normally most meta players intercepted. But MP is definitely off meta. And when you play an off meta guy like MP or Dimes, guys like that, they're gonna give you trouble if you're used to seeing a lot of meta offense or meta defense and things like that. But MP definitely is off meta, and it's hard to stop if you're not used to playing guys that play like this.
Yeah, and it's not just being off meta, it's the way that he executes. Like, he completely understands how to use these abilities, as we see him go up top and barely miss the wide open receiver. He's using his abilities to accentuate his style of play. It's not based on, his offense isn't based on abilities. It's based on accentuating his style of play. So when he does these read options, he knows exactly when to keep it and when to hand it off.
Got him. Ooh, get big out there. Get big out there. That's 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, he's got at least 2 of them bad boys. I'm speaking from experience. You already know this is your division. It's a lot. It's a lot for a defense to have to handle the read option, to have to handle the quarterback, to have to handle these big receivers downfield, and Cal Bear's going to need a lot of that. He's going to have to break it up, because right now it's going to be Lob City, and you still got to worry about the read option and the RPO. So
that's a touchdown.
Yeah, right on cue. And that's what makes MP so dangerous, is that he has the big receivers. He has the scheme to use the mobile quarterback and the running back that he has. And, he knows which formations that are going to put you in a conflict. So
this was the game Cal Bear was worried about. You saw him asking all the questions about MP. In the chat, what's going on with MP's game, when he's going to play, trying to see what's going on. And, He clearly for good reason. MP had a scheme that was definitely didn't play in the hands of his defense, and Cal Bear has no answers for it.
And very few people do. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. This scheme that he's running, this isn't something that you can just walk in there and just show up and think that you're going to stop it. You really have to watch film. You have to, go in the lab. Maybe you do have some abilities, that can kind of help you out a little bit, make you, rest a little bit easier, but it's a load. And we see, maybe too little too late, but Cal Bear is going back to some of those more familiar formations that's given them success. And I just think, looking at the chat, looking at what BKP saying, I mean, BKP, we know what division you in, brother. Like, you can't be coming, wanting smoke from the AFC South.
That was almost to the crib.
And you got Dimes, you got Woody, you got struggling in your division. I mean, you got your hands full, man. You over here capping. You know what I mean? Like, the AFC South is a bloodbath, just like your division. So, shout out to the AFC North, because we know that they bring in the pain too. And these Texans are taking a lot of big hits, B. James.
Yeah, they're taking
a lot of big hits.
And the thing about it is they don't have big receivers. They have little fast guys. And these fast guys are being punished, and that's another pick. Jayon Kersey. You see MP, he has a star-studded defense out there.
Mm-hmm.
He has Stingley. He has what's his name? Warfield.
Shaq Leonard.
Oh, and he's wide open. And now his quarterback is vastly improved. And
yes,
he has certain abilities that he didn't have before. So he's able to get that ball ahead of those receivers now. So like MP's going to be a problem moving forward as the season progresses, because the players are getting better, they're getting more developed, and he has this run game, and that's definitely something that's hard to stop. In my opinion, he has the best back in the game.
He's 99 overall.
Yeah.
And, and he's actually a running back, and P doesn't just like the pass. He will run the balls. We've seen him click on.
Fall down, little buddy. Fall down, little buddy.
You can't do that because Pittman, I mean, look, first of all, that's a big boy out there, but the abilities that MP has put on his quarterback, they cater to the ad catch and just throwing up for him to go up and get it. You see him clicking on.
That was pure user. MP's been doing that for the last 2 seasons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pure user. That was him putting that was him clicking on and going and getting an underthrown ball. And he made a play.
No, he definitely did. But like I said, those abilities that he does have on his quarterback, they accentuate that with him being able to throw it up high and going to get it. And obviously he's mastered that, because you just cannot have his receivers on one-on-one coverage. He will eat you alive. And this is a good game for Cal Bear, though. It gives him an opportunity to try to figure something out, because obviously the quarterback draw worked on the first play, the first drive, but he hasn't really had any success, running these empty sets. So I look forward to seeing their second matchup, because right now MP, his defense is looking polished, his offense is looking unstoppable, and he's looking like the dominant force in the AFC South right now.
Definitely going to be a hard guy to beat. He's been a hard guy to beat. I think I beat him 2 out of the 6 times we played, or 5 times we played. So it's a tall order to try to stop that offense when you got those type of weapons on the outside and in the backfield and that tight end and on the O-line. Like, his team I think he has the best team in the league. If you ask me, great defense.
Great defense. I mean, at what point, if you're Cal Bear, do you decide to start chewing clock, maybe running the ball, to get out of here, so that, this game doesn't get out of hand, and then, you force MP into getting some kind of breakout game, and then you got another problem that you got to deal with as he goes up for the touchdown. I mean, because that's what you got to worry about, right? You got to worry about creating a breakout scenario.
No, not really. But in this sense, you just want to give him different looks to see what kind of works that you can take into the next game. So if you give up a lot of points, the game's already out of hand anyway. But you just want to figure out what works, what doesn't work, so you know what you can take into the next game. Like, it's at this point, you're just giving them different looks, trying to see what you can get on offense, and then maybe keeping it close to the chest, going into the next game, seeing what works, and possibly unleash it in the next game, because you do get another game against them since you guys are division foes.
We do. All right, well, there you heard it. AFC South contestant Brian James breaking it down on what you could expect. We know where there's going to be a rematch down the road. So, great opportunity for Cal Bear to learn from this experience. Obviously, MP is he's clicking on all cylinders, offensively, defensively. So we'll have to see what that second game looks like. But right now, we enter into the fourth quarter, 42-7, and I can't lie, man. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised by the score. Or maybe be a little bit closer. We saw what Cal Bear did when he was playing against Diggs. He's had a lot of success. But right now, MP is just pinning his ears back, and this defense is getting after it.
Oh, definitely. You're seeing. This is a case where you see Cal Bear was able to mask what his team didn't have for a long time this season. But in this game, it's kind of being exposed. Like, the O-line isn't up to par. He doesn't really have a run game right now, and basically his offense has been streaks, one post, and the run with the quarterback. So if that's the case, it's going to take more than that to win the AFC South.
Yeah, and like you said, though, this wasn't exactly something that he was consistently running. As we see him actually score a touchdown here, he has other formations that he uses. So do you feel like he's really kind of taking this out for a test drive, and then he's going to put it all together?
Definitely.
The next time that they play?
Yeah, definitely. You gotta have a point of reference, and then with us streaming the game and everything, you have something to go back and look at and kind of gauge what you can do against whatever it is, So MP is at the same advantage where he can kind of, but he does, he's not seeing maybe all the things that Cal Bear's done, because Cal Bear came out running whatever he was running with the quarterback. But MP, they both have a point of reference, because this game will be archived and they'll be able to go back and look at it.
Yeah, that's so important when you're in these division races. You need to know what your opponent is doing, especially if they're in your division.
And if he's balling out with Danny Dimes, man, who has the dots X factor. He has tight out, he has high point dead eye, quick draw, and inside dead out, which is kind of a decent cocktail for a quarterback of his caliber,
Yeah, the high point dead eye. We talked about it before. With those big receivers and him clicking on and going up and getting it. I mean, we're seeing some of the formations, that's giving him a lot of success. And, when he spreads you out like that, I mean, you really got to pick your poison. So, what is it that you expect in this last quarter, since the game pretty much seems like it's out of hand? Does MP keep airing it out, or does he just try to wrap this up and get out of here with a win?
No, you want to give as much XP as you can. So I don't see him, basically airing it out. But I think he's definitely gonna air it out. He's gonna wrap it up, but I think he's gonna air it out, try to get as much XP. His quarterback is only 4 points away from having set feet lead, and that's what all these dudes fiend for. So if he has an opportunity to get closer to getting that ability, he's definitely going to air it out so he gets it.
Now, if and when he gets there, as we see Cal Bear with the pressure, trying to get a feel for what MP, what his reads are looking like, which of the abilities that you read off before do you think he will replace with set feet lead?
Probably, let me see. If of all the abilities that he has, I think he'll definitely get rid of... maybe tight out.
Okay. You see Black Phoenix in the building. 1st and 10 for the Colts. And they're pretty much going for it on 4th down, irregardless of the situation. And he wasn't able to get the conversion that time, but this is Cal Bear's more conventional offense, and MP's defense is, it's still showing out. So
it's like that. And the thing
yeah,
is, I think it's underestimated. It's highly underestimated when you think about the personnel that he actually has. When you think about like who he actually has in the secondary, you'll be like, oh wow, okay, well I didn't know that. You know what I mean? That's something that there are things that you need to know going into these type of games, and who he actually has in the secondary is one of them. As you can see, that ball being rattled around.
yeah, and Cal Bear smart. He let the AI pick that fumble up for him. From personal experience, the challenges of trying to click on and do it your damn self. But I mean, you talked about it before. MP's team is stacked, it's loaded. There's the interception. And why would you play MP and not know who he has on his team? I mean, how do you go into a game against MP and you not know the receivers that he has, not know the defensive players that he has? Why would you just walk into it?
The thing is, like I said, he has Antoine Winfield, he has Derek Stingley, he has Stephon Gilmore, he has Rocky Asin. These are all 80 or above players. You know what I mean? He also has Nick Cross in the secondary. These are all the secondary. He has in his linebacking core, he has Shaquille Leonard, Bobby Okira, whatever his name is, Okiri or whatever, and then he has Ojulari. So that's not even counting the D line where he has DeForest Buckner, Yannick Ngakoue, and Kwity Paye. That's a star-studded defense right there, and that's why his defense I think is rated 88 or 89 overall.
Yeah.
So that alone is like, okay, he's a number 3 ranked team in the league, and as you can see there, he's definitely putting on the clinic.
Yeah, I mean, they, like you said, the Texans, they have smaller receivers, but these Colts, they are out there hitting. They're keeping everything in front of them. And,
wow.
They're doing big things. And we got a Burko sighting in the building. Burko in the chat. Glad to see him. But I'm also glad that he's out of the division, if I'm being honest. We don't have to worry about Burko, the greatness of Burko in the AFC East anymore. But good to see him stop by on a Monday night.
We got Burko in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad he didn't have a PS5. He could have definitely got the Ravens today.
Oh, no doubt. And then what?
And Lamar Jackson today.
Exactly. And then, he's been talking all year about Safit Lead, and then we finally would get a chance to watch him, put on the show that he's been promising all of us if he has Safit Lead.
Nah,
so
he's definitely gonna get the call if somebody falls off with that ability.
Oh, definitely that. And you know what? You got to appreciate the fact that he recognizes that he's going to come back to terrorize, and
that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
And here we go, another dot. Said. Another dot. Let's go.
Want that smoke? Now, okay. You said that this was a feel out game for Cal Bear, but what are we going to hear in the post game press conference from the Texans? What are we going to hear? Because they've been very active, the last couple of weeks, feeling good about themselves. What are we going to hear from them?
I don't think
we get a final score.
I don't think you're going to hear much of anything. I just, these guys, they're going to go back to the chat. Cal Bear kind of expected this. Like, I don't like, this is what he expected because he knew what he was up against. Like, he's like, okay, I know what I'm up against. He's trying to be famous to win, please. But he kind of knew what he was up against, and it just, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you can see a little PS5 action going on in the chat, little Xbox Pro action going on in the chat. Black Phoenix finally, getting the respect he deserves. People finally paying attention. I don't know why, they weren't aware of who he is and what he's capable of doing, but they know now. And he's doing big things in the NFC in addition to calling the games. But
Like Cal Barrett, he got Tyreek and Waddle and all them in PS5.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets a little dark over there. But over here he's trying to rebuild a Texan team. He's done a remarkable job doing that. The team, I don't think the team has ever had more than 3 wins in any season. I think prior to him getting the team, they've only had 2 wins in all 3 seasons. So
yeah, and then you see here, he went back to some of the routes that we saw earlier, helping to move the chains, and he's been able to score 28 points. So you got to figure, based on the turnovers and this being his first time going up against MP, he's been able to put some points on the board. Obviously, defensively, he's gonna have to figure out what he can do the next time they play the Colts. But
the thing is, you have to, like I said, he has to account for MP's run game. You also have to account for the pass game, but you have to account for something.
You got to account for everything.
He hasn't accounted for anything on defense.
You got to account for everything. Yeah.
But yeah, MP's doing a remarkable job. He's putting the ball up there in the air, coming down with it. He got a lot of little DBs out there, and they look little. Look at him. Come on, little fella. Jump.
Yeah, like and that's what I said before, man. I was like, look, Brandon Eccles, if you're listening, it ain't just you, bruh. You know what I mean? This is happening to other DBs in the league, and definitely know what it feels like. So if you're MP though, and obviously this is a statement win, you wanted to measure Cal Bear. You basically ran away with this game. What is MP's mindset going to be moving forward? Is he going to be, feeling himself a little bit, maybe get a little sloppy, or is he going to?
MP knows his team is better than Cal Bear's team. It's like he has the better team. Like I'm going to go out here and just play to my team's strengths, which is basically do whatever I want. I'm going to run the ball. You can't stop me. I'm going to pass the ball. You can't stop me. And I'm going to play solid defense, and you ain't going to get nothing. So that's basically what all he had to do is. I don't even think it was much thought put into it. It's not a touchdown.
Yeah, especially when my man is glowing like a nightlight. 1st and goal at the 107. There won't be any knees. No bending of the knee by the Colts. They're definitely going to punch this in, put some more points on the board. And that's got a lot of, yearly awards to be won. So
63. Can MP score 70? Yeah, I agree with that, Blaze. I agree with that. So Cal Bear showing great sportsmanship by wearing his league-required away uniforms.
Definitely. I mean, that's an excellent point made by Blaze, and head coach of the Chargers, for those of you that know him in the league. And yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder if he did have the same color jerseys, would that have helped him out there today? Maybe not. But MP is looking unstoppable right now, and you said you want to see if he's able to put up 70, and it could be possible, man. The way they're laying hits on those Texan receivers, so we'll have to see if Cal Bear.
Since we are talking about the same color jerseys, if you guys ever get into a game, your opponent is the away team, and he has on the same color dark jerseys as you, stop the game and tell him to change his jerseys.
That's a great public service announcement.
Great
public service announcement.
If you're playing a clown and you don't want to play, you don't want to attend the circus, make him change those jerseys.
Great public service announcement. And right now, 54 seconds. I mean, I don't know if getting 70 is MP's goal, but
it's possible. He just has to get the ball back.
Pretty much, but I doubt he wants to let Cal Bear score. So let's see if he can click on and pick it off.
That's the interception right there.
And there it is. So
he's going for 70.
Looks like
he's going to get 70.
It looks like Brian James may get his wish. 43 seconds. Can MP put up 70 on the 6-1 Houston Texans with 43 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter? 1st and 10 at the 32.
Here we go.
Here it is. Drops back.
He has it.
He goes up.
Oh, he drops it.
Supposed to hold on to that. Decided not to. beat the press coverage, but we know that's not going to deter MP from throwing it up
He
there.
said this man's a demon. I don't condone. Go for
and there
70.
it is. Cal Bears coming to the
70. 70. 70. Call the timeout, MP. Go for 70. Oh, he's showing good sportsmanship.
Yeah, it looks it. It looks like you're not going to get those 70 points.
Oh, he's
dropping all the way back.
Timeout.
Throws it up on the crossing route.
There you go, MP. Yeah, there we go.
He
wants a little blood. He wants a little blood.
Wow.
He got a taste of it.
Wow.
70. Put 70 in the chat, everybody. 70. 70.
Women talking about wearing different color jerseys and sportsmanship. Now we are encouraging him to put up 70 on his opponent.
Timeout. Look, Blaze put up 70 in the chat.
You guys are a bunch of hypocrites.
70,
you guys are a bunch of hypocrites.
70.
He's supposed to be taking a knee.
Hey,
man.
this is a gladiator sport. The audience wants to see blood. Timeout. 70.
This is terrible.
Put 70 in the chat. 70. Look at all the 70s in the chat. 70. No mercy.
This is terrible.
I feel like
we got Cobra Kai in the building.
Hey,
mercy.
No mercy.
Put up
man.
70.
Like this. You put the thumb down. Finish him.
3 seconds.
Finish him.
3 seconds. Let's see what he goes
See,
to.
Jack, you'll be getting the Ravens in PS5, bro. 70. 70.
Here we go. Here's the pass. Final pass of the game.
Oh, he couldn't do it. Talk about clutch. I guess he's not clutch. I'm clutch.
So Cal Bear and the Texans dodge a bullet, able to hold MP in this Colts offense to 63 points. And, look, you said it. I mean, you said that MP has a better team. Obviously, he has a great scheme. And it's a lot of work. A lot of work is going to be cut out for Cal Bear defensively to figure out what he can do to try to force some turnovers and stop this team, or at least slow him down.
Yeah.
At least slow him down.
Yeah.
So, look, this is your division, man. So, you're the subject matter expert. You really got to let people know what the AFC South is about, because, they see what happened today and they don't understand that Cal Bear is 6-1, and they probably think that, he did it on an easy ass schedule, but that's not the case.
It's a cesspool for toxicity, I should say. You got Cal Bear who has a team full of speed, very little abilities, but speed, good game plan outside of today. You have MP who has a great scheme, off meta, extremely hard to stop, and it's gonna be a problem for a long time to come. Then you also have me, where I'm kind of just flopping around, trying to stay afloat, trying to get a seat at the table, but I can't sneak you. I will sneak you. We're not.
You got one more person in your division too.
We got Taylor Made, and we already talked to. If you missed the press conference, I don't even have to go into that. But if you have to go to my stream to see that press conference. There's certain things we're not at liberty to say on this particular Twitch channel, but on my Twitch channel, there were some things that were said about Taylor May, but nonetheless, he's still a good player. Just sometimes he has a yellow streak running down his back. But outside of that, he's definitely one of the most competitive players, and probably has one of the most prolific offenses in the league as well. So Taylor May is definitely a hard guy to stop. MP's a hard guy to stop. Cal Bear's a hard guy to stop, and I got to deal with all three of them. So
yeah, and I applaud you. For keeping the PC, and maybe that's part of what Blaze was talking about in the chat when he said no mercy. You would like to see some of that rivalry in the AFC West. So we know BKP and AFC North.
The AFC West is about to get musty.
What's happening?
MTV Famous just took over the Broncos, and just by him taking over the Broncos, the division just got mustier. I'm not saying that he stinks. But what I'm saying is he's down to get dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling him. I'm not saying he doesn't wear deodorant. But what I'm saying is he's down to get dirty. You know what I mean? And that's why you got to bring a guy like MTV Famous that's willing to trade everybody. Nobody means anything. All these players are expendable. There's no telling what the offseason may look like. There's no telling. He might even ruin a few seasons this season. Yeah. He's in position to win the division. to compete for a division championship. It ain't no telling, man. Ain't no telling. So,
I'm glad you made that announcement because if you don't know, MTV Famous can single-handedly
no,
change.
I'm not talking about. I see them talking about it's after week 8. You never know with MTV Famous.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's
you
what
never
I'm saying.
know.
Like,
he got a guy to trade. He had a guy with a decent record to quit so he could have a team just because he got an Xbox. So ain't no telling.
Don't underestimate him. Don't underestimate him. He's an X factor for sure.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, it's good to have him back in the league.
So the Broncos players have played their last down as Broncos.
And they definitely have. But it's just one of those things. Season 3 is not over with yet. It's one of those things to look forward to in season 4. All hell's gonna break loose. But you talked about MTV Famous coming back and taking the Broncos. You talked about Cal Bear. This is his first season in the league. Building this Texan team up. Spent a lot of money. In the off season to get some free agents. He was out to the 6-1. Now it's 6-2 record. So it's clearly above 500. Definitely not out of winning the division. What is it now that we've finished the first half of the season? What is it that you're expecting in the second half? Will there be more blood?
Yeah. What are you talking? More blood? There's gonna be. Buckets.
Hey, I'm just saying because sometimes people feel like they've gone through the tough parts of their schedule.
People
and
often ask,
they have an easier way to get there.
What's up with all the red and the like? Look, we're on stream and we're basically in a bucket of blood ourselves. You know what I mean? So that's what that represents, man. It's bloodbath over here.
Okay.
Blood gonna be spilled. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens in these leagues, man. Nobody likes each other. Everybody, there's some kind of beef, and even when we're friends, deep down inside, we hate each other. You know what I mean? So it's like it's you're only friendly when you want to trade. That's basically it. Like
exactly.
You should know of all people. People befriend you all the time. Hey, Philly, how your day going? And then when you after they get the trade off, they in your chat calling you a bum. You know what I mean? So that
happens quite a bit. And you're right. I definitely want to see you fail. I had to miss my words because we're on the air. I got choice words for Blaze.
I know you want to see me fail. That's why I don't laugh with you. For everybody wondering what happened with me and Philly guy and why we don't laugh with each other, we were supposed to be labbing. He decided to turn on his Twitch to record our lab session, and so therefore I would never lab with this guy again because he tries to record the secrets and save them and analyze them for his own agenda.
It was for the benefit of both parties, but now that you've officially let me know that we cannot resolve this under any set of circumstances, that it's the Hatfield and the McCoys. I don't have to continue to try to go through these 5 steps or 12 steps or whatever. There doesn't need to be any reconciliation. It's a bloodbath. It's every man for himself. And you know what? Sometimes it has to be like that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And this is the right league for it, like you said.
Definitely. So, like I said, we got a lot of we had Dimes come on here and talk about a couple of things and the hate that he had, not really hate, well, his none hate for a certain group of people and
hate shade,
but if you go into the chat, you see guys friendly one day, next day, and then Diggs, we know he's the most hated guy in the league, just because he's Diggs and he was formerly Spartan Pride, so people still have a lot of resentment to that guy. Also, for other little things that he tried to do. But so if TV Famous is back, that's gonna add to the drama.
And that's what I'm saying. That was my next question. So you talk about all of these dudes that have made names for themselves in the league. There's a lot of history. So who's your top 5? How do you rank them?
Are we talking about players or just entertainment factor characters?
Entertainment factor characters. Who's your top 5?
Okay,
who do you rank? To get the venom, the smoke.
Number one is gonna always be Jay Woods for the simple fact that he tried to play another player's game and streamed it on his own channel. so did you forget about that?
I didn't forget, but a lot of people don't know Jay Woods. They haven't had a chance to connect with him this season.
I think that was last year, like last Madden. He tried to play a game for another player in the league.
He did
and streamed it on his own channel. And I called him. I said, "Hey, what you doing, bro?" And he was like, what you mean?" And I could hear myself on his stream. So I said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm playing the game." I said, "Who you playing against?" He was, "I'm playing a little mutt." I said, "Well, I'm watching your stream and you're playing somebody else in the league, with somebody else's team, and criminals get caught. dumber criminals definitely get caught. So that was probably one.
Jay Woods is number one.
That was number one.
Okay, so Jay Woods is number one.
Number two, MTV famous because he desecrates. He can desecrate a roster, but somehow find a way to justify the desecration with wins at times. Let's see who else.
And he likes the onside kick all the time.
The onside kick thing too. Let's see who
salary
else.
cap destroyer.
Yes. Cal Bear, just because he's one of the I think he's the first. I know Dimes has the Toxic Boys, but I think he was the original Toxic Boy. He's probably one of the most. He used to be one of the most emo Madden players in the community.
Oh, without a doubt.
Let's see who else. Who else do we have here? Who else do we have?
It's pretty good. That's three.
I'm gonna go over to PS5.
Okay.
Beat Rose, aka TNT. Definitely another character. Brings a different set of personality to the league. And then last but not least, Diggs, because he has the split personality. And he was caught being a split personality character. So those are, I would say, top 5 characters.
Okay. Characters.
Personas. And Taylor Made gets honorable mention. No, we definitely can't forget Sprint for breaking the controllers on stream. So
yeah.
Those are
classic moment.
Classic moments.
Classic moment. So,
definitely Sprint.
To me, when I hear that, if I'm watching, and I'm wondering if I could be a part of Madden Underground and everything else that I need to do, this definitely sounds like something I would want to be a part of. It's not boring. It's very entertaining.
No.
And at the end of the day, it's a brotherhood too. That's the best part of it all.
The thing about it though, the top 5 players, we'll save that for the podcast. We'll bring up the top 5 Madden Underground players on the podcast. We'll save that for the podcast. But yeah, I'll give you the characters now. But
the characters is better. That's more entertaining.
But as far as what was the question again, Philly? I didn't hear you because he distracted me with his question.
It's okay. No. The question had to do with just people being interested in being a part of this league. Because of all the characters and because of all the history and the entertainment factor of it all. So how do people make sure that they can be a part of this, that they don't miss out, and maybe they get an honorable mention in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, my thing is this: if you want to participate in this, go to maddenunderground.com, get your name into the database, register, sign up for the league, or just register your name so that we know you exist as a Madden player. Also, Twitter, that gets you in. Talking mess on Twitter, inboxing us. I'll beat those guys, or I'll watch the stream. I'll beat these guys, and you'll get an opportunity. And like I said, it's a lot of camaraderie here. We have guys that have known each other for over 10, 15, 20 years in the league. We have guys that have just joined maybe 4 years ago, and they become like relatives or cousins in the league. So it's like it's actually is a brotherhood to a certain extent. Dimes, we got Dimes in the chat. Dimes come in and been a force representing for us in the MCS. He went from just being a guy in the league to a guy that made it to the major stage and represented for Madden Underground on the big stage. So that we got Black Phoenix joining. After taking some time off, rejoining the league, commentating for us, competing, trying to get some of this money too. And he's actually hosting a tournament this Friday, so make sure you holler at him on Twitter or in the Discord if you guys are interested in participating in this free MUT tournament. So get with him and things like that. So we got a lot of guys in here. We got a lot of guys doing different things, and it's fun. It's fun. It's been fun watching everybody's growth over the years. It's been fun watching everybody compete at a high level. And it's been fun watching everybody try to rip each other apart in the chat. Sometimes I have to purge the chat because it gets a little too extreme. We went from guys inboxing people's when we was on Facebook. We had to go to Discord because people were inboxing people's relatives and mothers, sending them, pictures of themselves in weird poses.
Yeah, that's
So
going too far.
yeah, but that's definitely going too far. But hitting on guys' wives and things like that, that was a little toxic. So we went over to Discord because Facebook was definitely a toxic situation. So we thank Snipes for that because he suggested it.
He did.
But yeah,
Took him a couple
definitely.
years,
If,
but
if you guys are looking to have some fun, compete, talk a little trash, or even if you just want to just come into Discord and talk some trash, madunderground.com, and we'll definitely contact you. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's an exclusive bunch. You know what I mean? But we try to open it up to a select few. To participate in what it is what we're doing here. So like I said, you want to be part of the underground? Sign up, register, and don't contact us. Don't you fill out the registration form. Don't keep hitting us, so we'll contact you. We'll do that. So, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Make sure you guys tune into the podcast Wednesday. We'll be talking about the MCS. We'll be talking about the emails that EA sent out in regards to the leagues being rebooted and how they felt and the perks of having your league rebooted. The so-called perks of having your league rebooted. Supposed to get the game at a cheaper half off and access to the beta early and things like that. But everybody has access to the beta once they start throwing out those codes on Twitter and Facebook. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on Wednesday.
Yeah, so make sure you guys keep it locked. MadUnderground.com, Madden Underground Podcast, and then be on the lookout for Underground Sports Game. We'll be hitting you guys with some Call of Duty. We'll be hitting you guys with some 2K. Hitting you guys with some FIFA. We'll be hitting you guys with some WWE, Fortnite, and also MLB. So make sure you guys keep it live. We got a lot of different games we're gonna be touching on and dabbling into with leagues and competition with Underground Sports Gaming. So make sure you guys stay on the lookout for that. Apex for sure. I've never played Apex. Well, I think my kids played Apex a few times, so I have it, but I've never really messed with it. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be jumping into that, and I know you want to commentate over some Apex, Black Phoenix.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
he
Don
does.
He's Don said he wants you one-on-one on the basketball court.
Here we go.
So
we go.
We'll be definitely talking about that, and we're definitely one of the major topics we're gonna be talking about this Wednesday is what crossplay would present, and we're gonna actually have that discussion and send it out to EA, and hopefully they'll put emphasis on getting that into the game next year. So on the next version of Madden. So we'll see if we can get that done. But make sure you guys keep it locked, hit that follow, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button wherever you may be viewing from, and we'll see you Wednesday.